This reconstruction is not just about Terminal 1. So let me break it down into the various phases that we have. First, we have a reconstruction of Terminal 1 where isolated spaces internally are being fully stripped. So we're talking about all of the electrical, all of the plumbing, all of the mechanical works will be stripped completely. We've tested the civil structure. We realized that the civil structure is still quite strong. It needs a bit of reinforcement based on all of the analysis that was done by the structural engineers. So the structure will still be retained. However, the facade will change to represent, more of Nigeria, and of course to make sure that it's a lot more modern. In T1, outside of the civil infrastructure and all of the MEPB works that I had earlier mentioned, there's going to be a lot of technology advancement. So we speak about access control. I know I've been hit quite a number of times with passengers asking me about touting within the airport, access control within the airport. So we will be putting in, new technology. So our check-in counters, our baggage handling systems, biometrics. You see some of the e-gates that are more active now. We're going to have a lot more on the outbound as well, making sure that we have integrated command centers within that premises as well. So that's part of what is happening in T1. The layout will also change really around some of the comfort facilities, where the processing areas are, how do you flow so the time, so that it makes it a lot more efficient for you from the point of check-in, or even from the point when you get into the airport environment till the point that you step on the plane. That's one. The second is the fact that we also have a transit facility. Murtala Mohammed is one of the few airports in Africa that has this size of traffic with very few activities around transit. The opportunity for aviation to grow in Nigeria really lies within our transit opportunities. We've seen it work extremely well in the likes of Egypt. So if you look at the Cairo airport, you look at the Addis airport, a lot of the flights that are coming through there and a lot of the passenger traffic and movement is actually driven by transit passengers. So those are passengers who are actually using the airport as a hub for connection rather than making the likes of Addis or Cairo their final destination. So we want a point where people from across other regions within Africa can fly through Nigeria and continue to their onward destinations. We think that that's going to be remarkable. We think that that's really going to drive growth for this sector just beyond the infrastructure updates that we're making. In addition to that, we're going to be doing a lot of work to T2. I know a number of people have asked to say, look, what exactly is wrong with Terminal 2? When Terminal 2 was initially built, there was a litigation with the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria and a concessionaire around the existing location. As such, the dimensions and the sizing of where T2 was built had to be reduced to accommodate the area that was available. We thank the federal government because we've now taken a look at the overall master plan. We've seen that there's some hangars who are actually obstructing the area. We're able to relocate those hangars. That way we can actually extend the finger in T2. Terminal 2 will now be able to accommodate additional 15,000 square meters. And let me tell you what that does. It's not just about increase in space. It's really the fact that in today's environment, we're actually able to only process one wide-body aircraft at a time. So for those of you who fly the likes of British Airways, Lufthansa, and KLM, you realize that you're landing in Terminal 2 today, but we're still moving you over, or you're checking in from Terminal 2, but we're still asking you to go through the finger in T1. That will stop post this reconstruction because we can actually use T2 as a fully functional facility where we can take more wide-body aircraft and you can actually go through the finger. So if you think about the scope of work for this exercise, it's one, the complete reconstruction of Terminal 1. It is building a transit area. It is also extending the finger of Terminal 2. In addition to the T2 extension, I'm sure most of you know about the congestion that we have at the airport due to some of the design issues that exist. So if you come in through Terminal 2 today, you're actually coming in at the higher level or the lower level, sorry. So you're coming in at L1 and you're taking escalators with all of your luggage upstairs. That will stop. because we're constructing new access, so entry and exit into the airport area, so that you have more space for you to flow in terms of the traffic flow. You're also able to come in at the same level, so we're putting less pressure on all of the equipment and infrastructure that we have. So I'm really excited to see more of a prominent area, more green spaces around our airport environment, and of course the entry and exit within the airport area much more improved.